This is Amanda Wilson, back again with a message on the soul that manifests up in the heart and travels out to my mouth to you guys. I want to talk about, co-parenting and kind of sharing responsibilities. If I could cap this, it'd be, can't we all just get along? I've seen so many parents stay on the battlefield as opponents as opposed to parents. I've seen so many parents and so many people that have children and they're, instead of coming together, they're pushing each other farther apart. Instead of learning to be civilized, they learn to just be poisonous. They use children as pawns in their plans and their webs of deceit and don't understand that the only people that are getting hurt is the child. Obviously, when you lay down to get a child, at that point in time, you don't have beef with the person. You don't sit there and say this person is this. You're not calling that person names. You're not calling that person this, that. And it goes both ways for men and women, etc. When you lay down with that person, obviously there's some level of likeness there for you to lay down, or else you wouldn't lay down. Obviously, you thought enough of that person to lay down with. And you guys end up with a child and you use them as a pawn because you're not together. Part of a nasty plan to get back at the mother, or a nasty plan to get back at the father. What does it profit you to use a child to turn against one parent when in the end it only backfires and that child ends up hating you? All I want to say is it's time for parents to stop acting like opponents and act like teammates. It's time for them to put aside all childish issues and realize that the first common denominator that you guys have is that child. That thing bonds you together for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. You have a child in this world. Stop throwing venom and slighting each other with slander and learn that let's just get along for the sake of the child. Even if we hated each other's guts, let's just get along and put away the guns and put away the mental and emotional and verbal venom for the sake of the children. Because children are innocent. They don't ask to be here. They are a product of two people who made a conscious choice to come together, unless otherwise raped or anything of that nature, who made a conscious choice to come together to bring a child into the world. You owe it to that child and those children to be loved, to be fair, to act like teammates. You don't have to be together. You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to be married these days. Just co-parent with such a respect. You shouldn't be calling your baby mama hoes and sluts. You shouldn't be calling your baby daddy this and that and hoes and slut and all this kind of stuff. But because obviously you didn't think that when you laid down with them. Put away the childish behavior. Let's come together for these children. They deserve it. Don't they deserve two parents that can co-parent in a civil manner for their sake? Children should not be involved in adult issues. Whatever you feel for that person, whether it's good turns, bad turns, you're in between turns, it's irrelevant when it comes to the child. Put away all the childish behavior and all the name calling and all the he say, she say crap. For the sake of the child, let's come together and make that child our common denominator. That's the one bridge that bridges us together for the rest of our lives. Why not make it an easy bridge to pass across? It's time to make changes. Don't ever allow anybody to disrespect the person that you had kids with. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what you feel, who you may be with, that's the mother or father of your child. So I want to say, motivate yourself to try to bridge that gap between loving that person and loving the child. There's distinct two. Let the child be the bridge that bonds you where you can be civilized to each other and realize that in the end, using kids as pawn and a plan to get back at the other parent will eventually have those kids growing up to hate you when they eventually find out the truth. So how about we just be mature and grit our teeth and put our tongues down and just learn to get along just for the sake of the children. Let's be civil and respectful for the sake of the children. Don't badmouth children to their parents. Let's just learn to get along for the sake of the children. They deserve it. They deserve a healthy co-parenting relationship where both parties are mutually respectful and agree that we have one goal, and that's to raise these children together. One love. You can follow me on all social sites. Amanda Wilson. I'm sure I'll pop up. If you browsing YouTube, you see my videos there. Support the vision. Pass it on because somebody out there needs to hear this. One love. Stay motivated, stay dedicated, stay educated, and you'll be elevated. One love.